I thought I'd have a go at altering some of these page dividers. These are by Carpe Diem. They're actually simplestories.com. Now when I ordered these, I actually thought all these page dividers were going to be one stiff piece of paper, maybe with a backing, maybe not. You know, they've got the tabs here between the months to go into the planners. And what's actually happened is they have printing on either side. Well, they don't exactly fit in with how the planner's been going, so I've decided I'd rather have solid dividers, and I've altered them myself to make pockets. Like here, this secretarial pocket, they're just cut down and cut down again. And what I've done is use the actual backing page of the planner itself. Now this one doesn't particularly appeal to me at all, and I don't really think an awful lot of the pairings between the front and the back. I don't think these are all that brilliant at all, to be quite honest with you, choice-wise. So anyway, got to be something that's going to go with it. So I've been looking through my massive stash of scrapbooking papers and found this one, which actually echoes the flowers. And the top edge, because it tore out of a pad, had these bits on, so I'm cutting them down, and they're going to make little journaling blocks like so. That one needs an end, and I think it's too long, so if I call that about the right length and I make a little dot on the back there about the middle, then I can just snip into that and I've made my own little journaling flags. So first thing I'm going to do is glue this page to itself, working on the inside of the right hand page. I'm using a wet glue which dries extremely quickly, because the one thing I don't want is to wrinkle the paper, and the other thing I don't want is for the pages to come apart when they're handled. So it needs to be a pretty secure gluing down, but not flooded like that bit was. I did try my first one using a dry liner tape, but if you're not exactly in the right position when you put it down, you're in trouble, whereas with this being a wet glue, although it grabs really quickly, I have got just that little bit of wiggle room. So there we are, and that's going all the way down and to there. So that's where I need another little marker, which is here. So again, a straight edge. A dot in the centre. I've seen quite a few sets of dies for doing this, which are hellaciously expensive, and I'm thinking, why on earth don't people do this themselves? I know it's awkward to try, especially if you're doing it with odd things like cutting boards, because you never seem to get the same angle. But if you put a dot more or less in the centre and then go to either side, somehow or other it does seem to match up alright, which is quite nice. Right, let's just see where that started again. Yeah, I do want that in a bit. Then it's matching. This may have some little buttons on it or something afterward. So once that's dry, we've got a very nice pocket there. Okay, that's that one done. Right, next one. That one. Let's have one going across. Ah, that one, that's nice, and it goes better with the front. Okay, so should we have one straight across for a change? Covers up too much. We'll go to there. Right, so I want a mark here and a mark here. Pop those on my cutting mat. I spend more time cutting things down to look right proportionally than anybody should do, I think. Okay, so now I need to round the corner, and I'll use that glass jar. To give myself a nice large curve. Yes, I'm happier with that. Now it could actually do with something distressing, or yeah, I think distressing. I don't think washi tape somehow. So that will just want to be glued there, but I might even come in slightly on the edge like that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Right, the big glue. This always is slightly nerve-wracking in case it floods. Just as little glue as you think you can get away with. As I say, I have tried double-sided tape and tri-liner tape, but if you aren't absolutely spot on with your placement, then you're in trouble. And you have got at least a minute or so's leeway. So I always go for the top right-hand corner where the holes are. Once the holes are set, and that edge is set, the rest of it more or less has to take care of itself. Right, and that I do like. In fact, I wish I'd thought of doing it earlier, because I might have put some eyelets in instead. Howsoever, we can't have everything. I'm thinking what we could have, which might be rather nice, might be a little bow. And I think it might have to be blue. Right. This might be a bit too transparent. Or maybe the narrow one. Spend more time sitting and looking and thinking which one, or even both. Now to secure this at the back, and I've only got one bit of double-sided tape, which is rather unfortunate. So if I cut that down the middle, that'll make it a bit narrower. It's certainly sticky, I'll give it that. Right, I'll wrap this over to meat. I'm going to cover this with another piece of paper. I've got that, I've stuck that back down there, and that's going to go on here. Then I'm going to go back to that other page. So again, just on the outside corners. I think that'll be plenty. And just there, because I want a little border to show all the way around on this one. I think it'll look nicer. That's ready for embellishing, maybe a little quote or something. Right, that's that one. Okay, back to here, and I said I wanted some buttons, so here's my button jar. And what I want is some pretty flat ones, and not too big. Let's see what we've got. Right, that'll do nicely. And this glue sticks pretty much anything. Right, so that's that one finished. Yes, I'm quite pleased about that. I think that looks okay. Yep, plenty of free access in there. And that's the other side. So yes, I think that's very alright. In fact, I think all this needs is a little bit of pen work. So, providing I can lay my hands on one quickly. Let's bring the box over. See how thick that is. Oh, that should do it. Sorry about the squeak. A little bit of faux stitching never hurt anybody. Let's move this, sorry. I'm purposely doing this in a wavy line because if you start off trying to go really straight and then you go off, it actually looks odd, whereas if it's wonky in the first place, it's obviously intended, which it was. And I quite like it where two lines cross over. In fact, I wish I'd have done that for this now. Right, I think that will do, otherwise we're going to go into overkill and then that would spoil it. Right, so that's that one quickly and easily done. So back to this one. Yes, I like that. Just wondering, yeah, I think I will. Okay, this is veering off rather from the path of what they've intended, which is very clean with typography etc., into my sort of artwork, which tends to be anything but. Right, here's the actual organiser. Hold on while I just adjust. And you can see on April I've got these really sweet little tags with a library pocket, and the first one I did was this one, which is January, with lace, washi tape, and that's a nice deep pocket as well. So that's that one. Right, that's April. Where's December gone? Must be in this other pile. I'm not putting those in until they've totally dried. Now, where have you gone? Ah, November. Right, that's November. Now, I wouldn't call that very November-y myself, but that's what they've done. You can see they've got the month tag on. So I've put this on myself, which is this really nice little things to love about winter, which of course can be stuck on the diary pages themselves or put back in the pocket, depending. So I rather like that one as well. That's one I'm going to leave plain. I don't think it needs anything else whatsoever. And I put that bit of washi tape on. This was what they provided.